If your morning erections have disappeared, it's not just about sex. It's your body's way of saying something's off. Morning wood is nature's daily health check. When it fades, it usually means one of three things. Blood flow isn't as strong, hormones are dipping, or stress has your system stuck in overdrive. Here's the good news. You don't need to rely on pills or wait months for change. There's a simple bedtime routine, takes less than 10 minutes, that helps restore circulation, calm stress, and even support your testosterone while you sleep. And if you do it consistently, you may be surprised how quickly your mornings start to change. In this video, I'll break down exactly why morning erections disappear, and then I'll show you the 3-step bedtime fix that can help bring them back, naturally, safely, and starting tonight. Here's something you might not know. Healthy men in their 20s and 30s get between 3 to 5 erections every single night while they sleep. Most of them happen during REM sleep, when your body is repairing itself and testosterone production is at its peak. Now, researchers at the University of Chicago found that when men lose those nightly erections, especially the morning one, it's often linked to lower testosterone and weaker blood vessel function. In fact, one study showed that men with fewer morning erections were also more likely to show early signs of cardiovascular disease. So the question is this: if your mornings have gone flat, is it just age, or is it a warning sign your body is asking for help? And that's exactly what we're going to get into next. Morning erections don't vanish overnight. They fade because of a mix of physical and lifestyle changes that creep in as men age. The big three are circulation, hormones, and stress. Circulation is the first place to look. Erections are all about blood flow, and as we get older, arteries naturally stiffen and lose flexibility. If blood can't move freely, it becomes harder for the body to create or maintain those spontaneous erections that used to show up every morning. One study published in the journal Urology found that men with early signs of erectile dysfunction also had a higher chance of developing cardiovascular issues later. In other words, losing morning wood is often a red flag for circulation health. Hormones play a big role too. Testosterone peaks while you're asleep, especially during REM sleep. By the time you hit 50, testosterone levels are often 30–40% lower than in your younger years. That decline doesn't just affect energy and mood. It directly impacts how often you get nocturnal and morning erections. Research from the Massachusetts Male Aging Study showed a direct correlation. Men with lower testosterone reported significantly fewer spontaneous erections. Then there's stress and poor sleep. High stress keeps cortisol levels elevated, and cortisol is the enemy of both testosterone and quality rest. When stress locks your body into fight-or-flight mode, your nervous system literally shuts down the rest and repair cycle that fuels nighttime erections. Add poor sleep habits, like scrolling on your phone until midnight, eating late, or drinking alcohol before bed, and your body spends less time in deep or REM sleep, where these natural erections normally occur. Finally, lifestyle habits chip away at things without you even noticing. Too much sitting slows circulation to the pelvis. A few drinks at night dilate blood vessels short-term, but over time they worsen overall vascular health. Even something as common as late-night snacking can spike blood sugar, interfering with hormones and sleep quality. Put together, it's like a perfect storm: weaker blood flow, lower testosterone, more stress, and poor sleep. That's why many men over 40 notice their morning erections fade, not because they're too old, but because their body is signaling it needs a reset. It's easy to think of morning wood as just a sign of sexual readiness, but it's much more than that. Doctors often use nocturnal and morning erections as a kind of built-in health test for men. If they're present, it means your blood vessels, nerves, and hormones are all working together the way they should. When they start disappearing, it's often one of the first visible signs that something deeper is changing in the body. Research backs this up. A large study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that men with erectile problems were significantly more likely to develop heart disease in the years that followed. Why? Because the arteries in the penis are smaller than the ones in your heart. Problems show up there first. In other words, losing morning erections can sometimes be an early warning light for cardiovascular issues down the road. It's also a marker for hormone health. Testosterone drives energy, muscle strength, and even motivation. When morning erections fade because testosterone is dipping, you don't just lose confidence in the bedroom, you start feeling it in everyday life. Fatigue sets in faster. Recovery after exercise takes longer. Motivation dips. These are all signals that the body isn't firing on all cylinders anymore. There's also the mental side. Many men quietly admit that when they stop waking up with morning wood, they feel older, less vital, and even less masculine. That loss of confidence can spill over into relationships, work, and even overall mood. A study out of the University of Sydney highlighted how closely tied erectile health is with men's mental well-being, showing that men who reported fewer spontaneous erections also reported higher levels of anxiety and lower self-esteem. So, when morning wood fades, it's not just a bedroom problem, it's a whole body signal. Circulation, hormones, mental health, energy, it's all connected. And that's why bringing it back naturally isn't about chasing your younger years. It's about taking back control of your overall health and vitality. Now that we know why morning erections disappear, let's talk about the practical solution. The fix isn't complicated. In fact, it takes less than 10 minutes before bed and focuses on 3 things: calming your nervous system, improving circulation, and supporting blood vessel health while you sleep. The first step is the breathing reset. Before you turn off the lights, spend just 5 minutes doing slow, controlled breathing. One simple method is the 4-2-6 rhythm. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2, then exhale through your mouth for 6. Place one hand on your chest and one on your stomach, making sure your belly rises more than your chest. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and repair mode that helps your body shift out of stress. Studies show that controlled breathing can lower cortisol, reduce blood pressure, and improve nitric oxide production, which directly supports stronger erections. Think of it as hitting the reset switch on your stress before you go to sleep. The second step is the circulation boost. Next, do a short burst of movement to get blood flowing to your lower body. You don't need a workout, just 20 to 30 slow squats. Or if your knees aren't friendly, wall push-ups work too. The goal isn't to break a sweat, it's to pump fresh, oxygen-rich blood through your arteries and into your pelvic region. Research from the American Heart Association shows that even light exercise improves endothelial function, the ability of your blood vessels to dilate and carry blood where it needs to go. By priming circulation before bed, you're setting the stage for healthier nighttime and morning erections. The third step is the supplement boost. Here, consider adding a simple, natural supplement. One option is L-citrulline, an amino acid found in watermelon, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the molecule that relaxes blood vessels and drives healthy erections. Clinical studies have shown that men taking L-citrulline experienced improved erection hardness and frequency. If sleep is an issue, magnesium glycinate is another good choice. Magnesium supports relaxation, lowers stress, and helps regulate testosterone production overnight. Either way, the goal is to give your body a little extra support while it does the repair work during sleep. Put together these 3 steps: 5 minutes of breathing, a quick circulation boost, and an optional supplement. Create the perfect environment for restoring healthy erections. It's simple, it's safe, and if you stick with it nightly, you may notice changes in as little as 2 weeks. The reason this 3-step routine is effective comes down to how the body repairs itself during the night. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's the time when your hormones, circulation, and nervous system all reset. Most testosterone production happens while you're asleep, particularly during REM sleep. If you're stressed, if your blood flow is sluggish, or if your body isn't relaxed enough to get deep restorative sleep, then testosterone dips lower and erections become less frequent. By calming the nervous system with controlled breathing, you're essentially telling your body it's safe to shift out of fight or flight mode and into repair mode. Lower cortisol means higher testosterone, and more time spent in the type of sleep where natural erections happen. Circulation is the second key piece. Erections are a vascular event, meaning they depend on healthy blood vessels. When you do light exercise before bed, you're not just pumping blood into your lower body, you're also stimulating the release of nitric oxide. This is the molecule that signals blood vessels to relax and expand, allowing more blood to flow in. A study published in Circulation Research showed that even short bouts of light activity can improve endothelial function, which is the inner lining of your blood vessels. Stronger blood vessels mean stronger, more reliable erections, both at night and in the morning. Finally, the supplement step works as a nutritional safety net. L-citrulline boosts nitric oxide production naturally, while magnesium lowers stress and helps regulate testosterone. Both support the biological processes that should be happening overnight. Think of it this way: you're giving your body all the raw materials and the right conditions to do its job while you sleep. Over time, this consistency reinforces the natural erection cycle, making morning wood return not as a rare event, but as part of your normal routine again. When you put all of this together, it makes sense why men who use these techniques see results. You're addressing the root causes: stress, circulation, and hormonal balance, rather than masking the symptoms. And because you're working with your body's natural rhythms, you're setting yourself up for improvements that last, instead of a quick fix that fades after a pill wears off. Let's pull this all together into something you can put into action tonight. The beauty of this routine is its simplicity. You don't need fancy equipment, you don't need to spend an hour in the gym, and you don't need to turn your life upside down. You just need about 10 minutes before bed. Here's the game plan. First, set aside 5 minutes for the breathing reset. Get into bed, place one hand on your chest and one on your belly, and use the 4-2-6 rhythm. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. This is your signal to the body that it's time to shift into repair mode. Second, right before you climb under the covers, knock out 20 to 30 light squats or wall push-ups. Nothing intense, just enough to pump fresh blood into your lower body and keep your circulation sharp. Third, consider adding one supplement, a scoop of L-citrulline powder if you want to boost nitric oxide, or magnesium glycinate if you also struggle with sleep and stress. Both are safe, natural, and work with your body instead of against it. That's it. 3 steps, less than 10 minutes, and you've set the stage for better circulation, lower stress, and healthier testosterone while you sleep. The key is consistency. Do this nightly for at least 2 weeks and pay attention to your mornings. For many men, the first sign of progress is noticing those early morning stirrings again, your body's way of saying it's getting back on track. So give yourself the challenge. 2 weeks, 10 minutes before bed, and see what happens. The worst case scenario? You sleep better, feel less stressed, and support your health. The best case scenario? You wake up feeling like yourself again. If this routine makes sense to you, give it a try tonight. It's simple, it's safe, and it could be the first step to getting your confidence and energy back in the mornings. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share it with more men who might need this information. Don't forget to subscribe, because we've got more videos coming on natural ways to boost testosterone, improve stamina, and keep your health strong well past 50. We'll cover everything from everyday habits that sabotage your performance to the best foods and supplements for circulation and hormone balance. And if you want to go deeper right now, check out our other videos on erectile health and natural testosterone support. Those will give you more tools to stack on top of this bedtime routine so you can keep building momentum. Remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're the ones you choose to take back starting today.